Hey guys, how's it going? James here, welcome back to another episode of Audio.etc. Today I'm doing an unboxing video. So I have booked in another VE Holden Commodore. It's getting one of the awesome 8-inch Alpine stereos, the Alpine fitting kit, and two of these awesome Rockford Fosgate active, active 12-inch subwoofer, two of those in the back. No speakers or amps or anything, but it's sure to be a really cool install just for the stereo and the fitting kit purposes, and also incredibly bassy thanks to those two 12-inch subs. But today I'm doing the unboxing video. There it is. So I booked him in a few weeks ago now, and just because the stuff is expensive, we don't hold it in stock, we have to import it from Australia ourselves, and the stuff finally arrived for him. So he's stoked, he's booked in, he's ready to go. But before we install it in the car, I'm going to do a quick unboxing video for the fitting kit and show you basically, what is in the box, what it comes with, and a re-rundown on all the features that it holds. So here we go, we got our main shipping box here, Alpine X008 AU, and here's the fitting kit for the VE. This is what I'm going to do. Let's get this out. Please check and confirm all the factory settings and just on the outside here we've got this nice sticker. Here's the code for it. Premium 8-inch installation kit for Holden Commodore VE Series 1, not VE Series 2. I know I get a lot of requests for fitting kits for VE Series 2 cars. Unfortunately, to the best of our knowledge, no one's just made a kit for it yet, but maybe in the future we will have one. Designed for Alpine 8-inch head units, X008 AU, 8-inch fascia panel, mounting bracket, HVAC control system, so that's climate control, plug and play wiring harness, installation manual and instructions, and then a little serial number there. Okay, so top of the box, really nicely packaged. It's done in this really nice foam stuff. First thing you got is the installation manual. Little box here. This contains all the wiring harnesses and things like that. This is the great big steel mounting bracket. This mounts to the face and obviously the stereo to the back, to the inside of that. And then in the bottom here, again really nicely packaged. There's more of that foam stuff in there, and also in this foam wrapping. This is the trim panel itself, and it is so you have to be super careful taking this off because it's easy to snap. As I said in my last videos where I did one of these, this piece here is actually, I'm going to get my ruler because I want to know how thin that is. Literally about 3 millimeters thick at its thinnest point. For obvious reasons, you don't want to snap it, do you, Grant? No, you don't. So it's really, really nicely finished. This is soft touch plastic, all very, very smooth. Nice piece of plastic here on the screen just to keep it clean until you've actually got the installation all done. On the back here, got the Alpine climate control system itself. Fortunately for us, this comes all pre-mounted onto the face, so we don't have to do anything. I have seen scenarios where this comes actually off of it and you have to assemble it yourself, but it's all ready to go for us, so that's great. Climate Smart HVAC, it's called. And so it hasn't got any clips on it at the moment, but you take those off the factory system, and then this clips onto the factory mounting points. So that's a quick look at the face. So that's the face, the bracket, that's all one piece of metal. You probably don't need to see much more about that. Now in this box, one big bag with all the main wiring harness and an aerial adapter. That's pretty much all there is, that's it. So aerial adapter, now this wiring harness. It looks pretty messy at the moment. I like to tidy it up a wee bit by completely wrapping it in cloth tape. That just makes it look a bit nicer, a bit tidier, and also you don't have a whole bunch of wires sticking out. So we'll go from one end to the other. The really good thing about these is that they come completely pre-wired for the stereo that you're installing it with. So this is going with the X008 AU, and it's already wired with the plug for the stereo on there, which just makes our life a whole lot easier. We've got the main power harness and output for the speakers. This here is the 3.5mm stereo jack. That's the steering wheel control input. And this weird looking bus cable sort of thing here, that plugs into the sub video output, I believe it's called, on the back of the X008 AU head unit. And what that does is that actually takes the data from the radio or the Bluetooth, whatever it is you're playing, and displays it on the little display which is in between the two speedo clusters, between the speedometer and the rev counter. This green white one, now I had to read the manual last time to figure out what this was because it doesn't actually have a label on it. That's right, this is So this is the VSS, or variable speed sensor. There is another harness which comes with the stereo that this plugs onto, or I solder it onto it and make it all one hardwired loom. And then, so off here, it's kind of like a T section. You got the head unit end. This end here plugs into the climate control. That's how it gets its power and everything like that. This end obviously plugs into the car's main harness. And then this little one here, this drops down a wee bit further inside the car and connects to a little CS3 plug to give you the accessory power, because there isn't actually accessory power in this main harness. The original stereo runs off CAN bus, but this drops down just a bit further and plugs in and gives you accessory power. And then obviously you got this one here, blue-white, that's your remote output if you're going to power an amplifier or a subwoofer or something, which I will use. And then blue, your aerial amplifier output. So it doesn't have a built-in aerial amplifier, that would go onto this amplified aerial adapter, and that's what that does. And then this long piece here, this is your auxiliary hazard light switch. So as you will have seen in my other videos, the screen on the climate control has a little touch screen for the hazard light button, and that's all good, but obviously if you have the key off and you need to turn the hazard lights on, you need another switch. So it just comes with a nice little flush mount hazard light switch, which you can mount pretty much wherever you want, and it's also removable. It's got a nice wee clippable section here, so it does unplug from itself if you need to take a panel off. And that's pretty much everything that's in the box, guys. I'm just going to quickly pack this back up. And yes, you do have to read the manual. Even I read the manual. It's it's a good quality manual. It's not, you know, made in China or anything like that. It tells you everything it's supposed to come with, shows you how everything is meant to fit together, and gives you some instructions on the functionality of the actual climate control as well. Very, very useful. Definitely worth reading if you're installing this yourself. And then that goes on there. And that's the package, guys. I'm going to do just a real quick unboxing for the X008AU as well in this video, just so you can understand kind of the point of this kit with this head unit. The main reason you would get this kit for the VE Commodore, other than the fact that it's super high quality, is it has a huge hole in it for an 8-inch screen stereo. That's what this is. It wouldn't work with a standard double-din stereo. It would work only with this one. So that is so you see how it says there XL? It's a good reason for it. I'm not going to go into detail as to everything that comes with the stereo, because there is quite a fair amount, but I'm just going to show you the screen and the head unit itself. So this is the X008AU. There's my hand compared to it. It's pretty much the size of my whole hand. This is what we call just a regular double-din stereo. As you can see, it's pretty uniform size the whole way around. You know, it's just a brick really. And then this is it compared next to it. I'll see if I can hold them up to the camera a bit further back. So there's the size difference in the screens. As you can see from the side, God, these are heavy. These are heavy to hold with one hand each. From the side, you can see that this one still has a regular double-din chassis, so it's easy for mounting, but it has this huge overlapping face on it. So it overhangs down by like a good nearly an inch, out to the sides by maybe a centimetre on both sides, and then it's flush on the top. So what's the advantage of all that? Basically, it's a pretty self-explanatory advantage. It's the difference between a 40-inch television and a 50-inch television. It's just bigger. And the fact that it's a touchscreen stereo, you operate it by touching the screen, means that you've got a whole lot more, you know, ease of use. So it'd be like, so I got obviously my iPhone and my Apple Watch. It'd be like me trying to do everything I do on my iPhone on my watch, whereas you need a bigger screen to do more with it, and it displays a whole lot more, and you know, it just looks a whole lot better, a bit more flash, something different, and I think it's highly worth its money. So that, guys, is a brief unboxing of the Alpine X008AU stereo and the Holden VE Commodore fitting kit made by Alpine. Great fitting kit, great stereo. If you've got any questions about them, definitely leave me a comment down in the comment section, and I'll do my best to answer them as technically and accurately as I possibly can. And yes, obviously I will be filming this install I'm doing for the Holden VE Commodore, so that stereo plus 2 subs, it's going to sound really good. I'm hoping to convince the customer of maybe doing a wee bit more, maybe an amp or some speakers, just anything to improve its actual sound quality. So you guys have got that to look forward to. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like rating. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to my channel so that, you know, when I bring out those videos, you're notified, and also because I do a whole lot of car audio stuff. So if you're into car audio, yeah, you'd probably really like my channel. Click the subscribe button. I need some more subscribers. And again, guys, just always, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Thanks for all the comments, and I'll catch you in my next video. Have a good one.